you. Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, July 6th, 2024, and this is Somatics for You. I'm Susan Koenig, and I'm so excited to host Aimee Takaya, who will be presenting today's class. And I'm going to let her introduce herself and give the context for the class. And so let me just turn off my spotlight so it's just Aimee. And Aimee, you can take it away as soon as I find remove spotlight. There
Hello,
you
everybody. Hi, I'm so happy to be here with all of you today. I am a certified HANA somatic educator, and my business is called Free Your Soma. I have a podcast by the same name, Free Your Soma, that's all about the realm of somatics from different lenses and angles, and also specifically features a lot about HANA somatic education, my own journey, and other HANA somatic educators. I also have created a number of immersive online programs, long form programs for people who really want to get specialized HANA somatic education into their bodies in a group setting kind of container. I also have been creating in-person retreats and experiences, which I'll definitely share a little bit about, like the things that are upcoming at the end of the class today. Right now, I'm coming to you from Hesperia, California. I'm here with my dad, who my story is kind of interesting because my father is actually also a HANA somatic educator who's been part of the teaching team for a long time. I also have a cousin who is a certified HANA somatic educator and another cousin who went through the equine somatics training. So very much the somatics family over here. And we are currently in Hesperia, California. Today, we are doing a 2-day retreat featuring HANA somatic education in combination with water release therapy, which my dad is also trained in, Watsu, for those of you who might not know it by the term water release therapy. So I'm here and we're going to be doing that this afternoon and then all day tomorrow. So I'm very much in the zone right now. So very happy to be starting off this wonderful weekend with all of you. I am going to be guiding you through a cat stretch series, and kind of the thing that's going to make this a little different today is we're going to do something that I'm starting to coin the phrase. Maybe someone else has used this term already, but something called somatic authorship. I'm going to type that into the text box. Somatic authorship. And what is that? What is this idea? The idea here is that when we realize that we have been creating, you know, our the tension in our body or our experience, our physical reality experience through like our unconscious or habituated patterns and behaviors, right? Whether that comes from our own lived experiences or that comes from lineage and ancestral experiences. When we start to become conscious to that and aware of that within the realm of our body, we can now have a little bit more of a say about what goes on in the context of HANA somatics. That's learning to release tight spaces in our body and reconnect and reignite them with our life force energy, our conscious living energy, right? In terms of what it might mean in a more kind of metaphysical sense is that we can start to make some determinations about what we'd like to see grow in our perceptive reality, in our experience. So for those of you who aren't sure what somatic authorship is, in the context of this class, it will be working with and creating a affirmation. Another word for affirmation might be mantra. Another word for that a colleague of mine is using that I just love is creating a proclamation, proclaiming something about yourself and your life that you are ready to somatically step into, a new way of being. This was a concept that I played a lot with in Eleanor Criswell Hanna's somatic yoga training. She called it planting a seed of being. And I loved that. And I loved the metaphor of planting a seed, right, that will be put into our body somewhere, into our kind of unconscious, that over time will germinate, move through the darkness to the light, and then bloom into something, right, or become something. So today I'm going to be guiding you through what I'm coining a somatic authorship process, writing out a affirmation, a mantra, or a proclamation, whatever word feels most aligned to you. And then we're going to be planting that seed or that statement somewhere in your body at the end of our cat stretch series, right? So I'm going to write all those terms here, and you can see what feels most resonant to you. Is it an affirmation? Are you affirming something that you would like to experience more of in your life, in your body? Is it a mantra? Is it a phrase or a statement that could be repeated over and over and start to become more and more the way that you experience the world, right? Could it be a proclamation? Could it be something that you're saying, this is what I stand for. This is what I'm about. This is the experience that I'm ready to have in my soma, right? So for those of you who may not have done this kind of work before, I'm going to give some guidelines. And if I'm typing some of this into the text box for those of you who might find it helpful to read along with what I'm saying. So the guidelines for this kind of statement is that it should be positive in nature, which means avoid using words like not or don't. Because if I say don't think of a pink elephant, of course, all of you think of a pink elephant because that's how our brain works, right? If we want to point to what we do want versus, pointing to what we don't want, we're going to start thinking about that. We're going to start creating that as our experience. So positive in nature, using affirmative language, right? And then the other criteria here is that it should be about you, meaning using words like my, or I am, or I statements, my statements, right? And I'll give some examples of that. My life is calm and meaningful, right? That's a very simple one. It could be, I am loved beyond measure, right? My home is a beautiful sanctuary, right? So it doesn't have to be about your physical body. It could be, right? A proclamation could be, I am healthy, strong, and full of life. So these are just some ideas. And I would love for you to get a pen and a paper. And maybe as I've started to talk about this, you maybe there's a mantra or a proclamation or an affirmation that you already use that you might want to use today, or maybe you want to tweak it a little bit. Start thinking about what would you like to see grow? If we could plant this seed today on July 6th in your body somewhere. So that's the first step here, is just start writing out some things. Maybe starting the sentence with I am or my. The other guideline here that I'd like to offer is that, write out a few things, but ideally, when it comes to remembering something, we want it to be simple. We want simple sentences. So while you may have a lot of things that you'd like to see grow, even as you write out that longer, paragraph of words, start to really narrow it down to something more essential, right? Something that could be easily pulled from your memory. So I'll give you a few more moments. You might write down 2 or 3. And then the next part here, and you may already be ready for this, but I'll just say the next step here would be to try saying this sentence aloud. Maybe say a few of these sentences out loud if you've got a few in mind. And the value in saying it out loud to yourself, and if we were in a room together, I would invite some of you, if you wanted to say it out loud to each other, is that when we speak it, we get to notice how our body reacts to hearing that. And sometimes if, your body is very, very quiet, there's no reaction to listening to that sentence, maybe it's not edgy enough. Maybe it's not actually sparking that sense of desire or that sense of adventure or that sense of excitement in you. And maybe there's a little change that could be done to make it a little more exciting when you say it out loud. If it sounds kind of scary, that's actually a nice zone to be in, where maybe like, oh, this is kind of pushing my comfort zone a little bit. If you say it out loud and you just get like a flat like no from your body, like you can't even believe that you're saying that, then maybe maybe it needs a little adjustment, right? And to make it a little more acceptable to your body at this moment. So I'll give you guys a few more few more minutes to explore that, explore saying some of these sentences out loud, narrowing it down perhaps, or tweaking it in whatever way. Good. And then the next step here, just put it in there for those of you who might be ready for it. The next step is asking the question or gaining some idea. Where does this sentence belong in your body? Maybe you get an intuitive hit when I say that. Where does this sentence belong in your body? Maybe it belongs in your heart. Maybe it belongs in your stomach. Maybe your back needs to hear these words. Maybe it belongs right between your eyeballs. Just start asking that question of these words, this statement that I'm working with. What part of my body needs to hear this? Where does this belong in me? And if I'm giving you these cues and you're not really getting a clear message about where this might belong in your body, that's okay. Once we're actually in the process of planting the seed, which is going to come at the very end of this class, I want you to be open to the possibility that one, a new sentence, a new word or phrase might arise. Also, a place in your body that you didn't expect might show up through our practice. You might open up some places in your body or get in touch with some places in your body, and new words or new placement might manifest. Let's just be open to that possibility that maybe we have an idea of what we want or what needs to be done right now, but that there is a possibility that it could change and shift. Good. And then for those of you who are interested in sharing, and this is different than speaking it out loud, if you'd like to type your sentence into the group chat and be witnessed, that is an option. It's only an option. So if you want to keep it to yourself, that's completely fine. But I just want to put that out there that if you feel like putting it into the chat, that you think that that might be helpful to you in some way, you're welcome to put it there and type it out. Good. And giving you just about a minute, 60 seconds more to complete what you're working on. I am willing to change. I live in the present. Lovely. All right. And as you're ready, you're going to be setting yourself up for your movement practice. For practice today, you may want a large enough bolster or stack of blankets that we do sideline movements. You have a pillow underneath your head that supports your neck and shoulders. If you're someone who likes to have a pillow between your legs when you're sideline, you might gather that as well. And I think that, based on what Susan told me, a lot of you have already practiced Hannah Somatics and the cat stretch series. But if you are new to this practice, I will be giving some general suggested guidelines for how to practice and get the most out of this. So if you're new to this practice, we're going to be doing some very gentle, slow movements with the emphasis being on the releasing and the relaxing of your muscles. So I like to tell people you're contracting to release rather than most types of exercise, so to speak. We're contracting to contract. So the emphasis in our practice today is on the releasing and the letting go. And how do we emphasize that? We emphasize it by going slowly and being attentive to the letting go part, right? That is what really sets Hannah Somatics apart from other movement practices, is the focus on the relaxing and the releasing of the muscles through gradual reduction in muscle activation. So in simple terms, you're going to go into a movement. You're going to very, very slowly come out of the movement. And at the end of the movement, you're going to let your body rest as deeply as possible before we repeat the movement. If you try a movement and you feel an increase in discomfort or some kind of pain, you can try the movement again much slower and less intensely so as to avoid the increase in discomfort or pain. Especially if you're new to this practice, you may find it challenging to relax. It's a new thing, perhaps, to relax, but just keep trying. And the more that you do this practice, the more that you let go, even within the course of this movement class, you will find that you get better and better at the skill of relaxing between your movements. So you may start on your back with your knees bent or straight. Choose whichever position is more comfortable for your pelvis. And right here, before we really fully drop in, I'd like you to see if you can think of that sentence, if you can draw your affirmation, your proclamation to mind to see if it's memorable. And just kind of draw it into your mind for a moment. Go, oh, there it is. There are those words that I put together earlier. And as you come to laying down on the floor, notice the way that your body makes contact with the floor. Notice how your shoulders rest to the floor. Notice how your hips rest to the floor. Is your body weight equal between your shoulders, or are you a little bit heavier to one side? Is one shoulder a little flatter to the floor than the other? Notice how your hips rest to the floor. Is one shoulder heavier? Is one hip heavier, right? Maybe it's the same side as the heavier shoulder. Maybe it's the opposite. Also notice if perhaps there is symmetry. Maybe it feels balanced between your right and left hip. We're not trying to fix anything, just noticing how everything is organized at this moment. Between your shoulders and your hips is the length of your back. And notice how much of your back connects with the floor. Is there an arch in your lower spine? If so, what is the depth of that arch? See if you can sense the space between your back and the floor. Are there any sensations that you notice in your lower back? Feeling down your legs, your right leg, left leg. Does one of your legs feel different than the other, or are they the same? Does one leg feel longer or shorter, more turned in or turned out? Notice how the bottoms of your feet feel, your toes, your ankles, your heels. And then bringing your awareness back up into your neck, your head. How does your head rest to the floor? Is your nose pointed straight up to the ceiling, or is your head a little bit tilted to one side? How do the sides of your neck feel? And right behind your throat is the arch of your cervical spine. And if it is supported by something, or if it is not, just notice how that space feels. What's the quality of this space in the arch of your cervical spine, the base of your skull? Are there any sensations or awarenesses that you have there? And then notice your jaw, your mouth, your tongue. Swallow once or twice, relax your mouth, your jaw, your tongue, soften your face. Notice if there might be any residual tension around your eyes. And take a deep breath in and notice how it feels to breathe. Notice how your body takes in air. How much effort is required in breathing? Where does the air go as you inhale? And how quickly does it move out? And along with your physical experience in your body at this moment, there are also whatever thoughts or feelings might be moving through you at this moment. And all of that creates a picture of what it's like to be here right now. So see if you can bring your awareness to that full experience of nowness in your body and all the sensations as they shift and move. Take a picture of this moment as if you could put that picture in your back pocket and save it for later. And we're going to start our cat stretch series with a gentle arch and release of your back. So if your knees are bent, knees are not bent, you can bend them now and bring your feet comfortably to the floor. And when you're ready, you're going to be gently pressing your hips down to tilt your pelvis forward and arch your back. You can try that now. Inhale, press your hips down and tilt your pelvis forward slightly. And then very, very slowly come out of that. Slowly release the arch of your back, taking your time. At the end of the movement, relax. Good. We'll do that again with your knees bent. Inhale, press your hips down and gently arch your back, tilting your pelvis forward. Very slowly release the arch of your back and feel the process of lengthening. Feel this gradual lengthening throughout the back of your body. And at the end of the movement, find that place of stillness and rest. Excellent. We're going to bring your head into this now a little bit. So as you arch this time, you will be tilting your chin up towards the ceiling slightly. If you have a pillow behind your head, you might move the pillow. And then when you come out of the arch, you're going to gently bring your chin back to level. It's not so much a pulling of your chin down, but a gently lengthening of the crown of your head up. Right? So we'll try that now together. As you inhale, gently arch your back and tilt your head back, gently pressing the back of your head into the floor as your chin lifts. Very slowly, gradually, simultaneously release your back, bring your chin slowly back to level, feeling this length you're creating throughout your whole spine, and rest. Beautiful. We're going to bring your arms into this, right? And you might make this movement small if you tend to have any tightness throughout your arms or chest. Bring your palms to face up. And I'm going to describe this once before we do it. So just imagine this. This time when you arch your back and tilt your head back, you're going to turn your thumbs out slightly and draw your shoulders in towards the floor, creating a slight upper back arch. Okay. And then all those are going to come out together. So as you're ready, inhale, arch your back, tilt your head back, turn your thumbs out, draw your shoulders in slightly. Feel this lifting through the front of your body as your back engages. Very slowly, slowly release your back, bring your chin back to level, soften your shoulder blades away from each other, and find this space where you've let go of what you were doing and rest. Very good. And we'll try that all again one more time. Inhale, gently press your hips down, arch your back, turn your thumbs out, draw your shoulders back slightly, tilt your chin up. Feel this engagement throughout the whole backside of your body. Very, very slowly soften out of that. Bring your chin back to level, releasing your lower back, shoulders moving away from each other. And as you complete that movement, let your body rest to the floor and relax. Notice how your back rests to the floor after those movements. And you notice any new awareness or sensation that you may have across the back of your body. We're going to move now to a flatten, right? We're going to start with just flattening your lower back, not so much moving anything with your arms or upper body for this first round. You're going to be drawing your pubic bone and your sternum towards each other, which will flatten your back towards the floor. It's not an intense movement, it's just a little drawing of your belly in. We're going to do this on an exhale. So as you're ready, inhale. On the exhale, draw your belly in and flatten your back towards the floor. Slowly release, perhaps on a long inhale, gradually feel your belly soften as the arch returns to your spine, and rest. Good. We're going to do that again, and I'd like to bring just a little more emphasis to your rib cage this time. You're going to be using the exhale. You'll flatten your back, and your rib cage is going to gently hug in and draw down as part of that flattening. So as you're ready, inhale. On the exhale, draw your belly in, flattening your back. Draw your rib cage in with that exhale. Slowly release now, inhaling, filling your rib cage as you inhale, releasing your belly, and allow the arch to return to your spine and rest. Beautiful. We're going to continue that movement now, but now we're going to bring the focus to initiating the movement from your hands and your shoulders, okay? So let me describe this once and just imagine this. You'll be taking an inhale, and when you exhale, you'll roll both palms down, you'll roll both arms in until your shoulders peel forward a little bit. This peeling forward of your shoulders will accompany the flattening of your back and the drawing down of your rib cage. We'll try that together now. Take an inhale. As you exhale, roll your palms down, roll your arms in, peel your shoulders forward as you flatten your back, drawing your rib cage down. Inhale, slowly coming out, breathing into your chest as your shoulders slowly lower, as your arms unwind. At the end of the movement, let your palms face up and completely relax. Excellent. Good. And we'll try that again. Inhale. On the exhale, roll both palms down, roll both arms in, and as your shoulders peel forward, use that exhale to draw your rib cage down and flatten your back towards the floor. Inhale, slowly come out. First, your shoulders come down, inhaling into your rib cage. Allow your palms to roll open, eventually facing up at the end, and let your whole body relax. This last time that we do this movement, you have the option to lift your head, right? If it feels like it's a lot of work or that you're already feeling like bringing your shoulders forward is a lot of effort, you might not lift your head. You might just think about lifting your head. If it feels natural to lift your head, I'd like you to lift your head in a way that feels most natural to you. So your options are that your face might stay a little bit flat to the ceiling and you might lift your head without tucking your chin, or it might be that your chin definitely wants to tuck down and you bring your head forward with a little bit of a chin tuck, okay? I want you to be open to whatever feels best for your neck as your head lifts. Perhaps your head is only going to lift so far that a piece of paper would slide. Not even a piece of paper would slide between your head and the floor. Maybe your head is going to lift forward easily, right? So starting with your palms facing up, take an inhale, and as you exhale, roll both palms down, roll both arms in, peel your shoulders forward as you draw your rib cage down as your head lifts to whatever degree it's willing to lift. And then very slowly lower your head and shoulders together. Slowly let your arms roll down and open until palms face up. And then as much as you can, let your body relax and let that go. Wonderful. Notice how your chest and your shoulders feel after that movement. Notice how your back rests to the floor. Take a breath in and notice how it feels to breathe after those movements. From here, you're going to be rolling over to lay on your stomach with your head turned to the right. If it is ever uncomfortable to have your head turned all the way to the right, you can use a pillow for support under your head. You can always stack a couple of pillows so that your head can face forward with your nose down. See what's going to be best for you to have your head either turning to the right or facing forward. Your right hand is going to be up in front of your face and your left arm down by your side, palm facing up. And you're going to start by lifting your right elbow a little bit. So as you're ready, you'll lift your right elbow from the floor and notice what engages through your back and shoulder, and then carefully lower your elbow down. And as your elbow lands, notice what's getting to soften and relax. Try that again, perhaps on an inhale. Inhale and lift your elbow a little bit. Slowly exhaling, bring your elbow down. Feel that moment that you land. How much can you settle down towards the earth? Now you're going to try lifting your head a little bit. Just your head is going to lift. Try that. Lift your head and notice what engages through your back, your shoulders, your neck as your head lifts, and then slowly bring the weight of your head down and give the weight of your head to the floor and notice what's getting to soften and surrender. Do that again. Lift your head a little bit. Slowly bring your head down. And just see how much you can let your whole body relax as your head lands. Next, you're going to be lifting your head, your hand, and your elbow on the right side as if they're one piece. It doesn't have to be a big lift, but try that now. Inhale, lift your head, your hand, and your right elbow a little bit. More of your body engages to do that. Slowly come down, taking your time. As your upper body lands, how much can you give your weight to the floor and rest? And try that one more time. Lift your head, your hand, and your elbow on the right side. Slowly bring your head, and elbow down. Completely relax. Bring your awareness now to your left leg. Start by rolling your left heel inward just a little bit. Roll your left heel inward towards the midline. You'll notice a tightening through your hip and glute. Slowly let your heel roll out to the right, so to the left. Roll your heel out to the left. Good. Try that again, a small rolling inward of your left heel, and you'll feel a tightening up maybe through your lower back even, and then gradually, slowly, let your heel roll open to the left and feel this letting go that happens all the way up, perhaps through the middle of your body. Good. We're going to do that now with a little bit of a leg lift, and I'd like you to find where is it most comfortable to roll my heel inward, right? If you're rolling all the way in and it's tightening a lot, perhaps you only go a third of the distance of how far you can go. Try that now. Roll your left heel inward to a comfortable place. Straighten your left leg and lift it a little bit. Notice an increase of activation through those muscles that turned your leg inward, and then slowly, slowly lower your leg down. And now gradually allow your heel to roll open to the left and completely relax your leg. Good, and we'll try that one more time, nice and slow. Roll your left heel inward a little bit. Straighten your left leg and lift slightly from the floor. Where do you feel that activation? Slowly, slowly lower your leg down and gradually let your heel roll open to the left and let that relax all the way up through your hip and lower back. We're going to put these two pieces together now, and we're also going to bring a slight bit of extension into your left leg. Okay, so as your left leg straightens and lifts, it's going to reach out away from you, which will cause your right hip to naturally rise up a little bit. Okay, I'll take you through it all step by step. Roll your left heel inward a little bit. Straighten and reach your left leg away from you. Feel your right hip rise up slightly. Lift your left straight leg, your right elbow, your head, and your hand with that little reach through your left leg. Slowly lower your leg, your head, and your arm down. And as you release the reaching of your left leg, feel your right waist relax as your heel rolls open to the left, and let that go. Wonderful. We're going to do that again step by step. There's a lot of little movements here, so just stay with it. See if you can stay present step by step to the best of your ability. Roll your left heel inward slightly. Reach and extend your left leg away from you. Feel your right hip rise up a little bit. Lift your left straight leg, your right elbow, your head, and your hand, and feel this length through your left side as your right side engages and holds you here. Slowly lower your leg, your head, and your arm down. And as you let your heel roll open to the left, release the right side of your waist. Allow your hips to soften as your heel rolls open, and let that go. Good. One more time, step by step. Roll your left heel inward. Reach and extend your left leg, gently drawing your right hip up. Lift your left straight leg, your right elbow, your head, and your hand. Carefully lower everything down. Everything lands to the floor just about the same time, and allow your heel to roll open. Let your hips soften and relax as you connect with the floor. Roll your head now to the left, taking your time. Switching sides, you can change your arms. So now your right arm is down by your side, palm facing up, left hand is in front of your face somewhere. We practiced all of these pieces on the other side, so we're going to go for the full body movement here on the left. I'll be guiding you through step by step. Start by rolling your right heel inward a little bit. Reach and extend your right leg out long. Feel your left hip gently draw up. Lift your right straight leg, your left straight leg, excuse me, go ahead and let's start over. I looked at somebody on the screen and we'll just start over here. All right. So you're laying down. You're going to start by rolling your right heel inward. Reach and extend your right leg away from you. Draw your left hip up and lift your left elbow, your head, and your hand, and your right straight leg. There we go. Nice and slow, lower down your leg, your head, and your arm, and allow your heel to roll open to the right and completely relax at the end of the movement and let that go. Beautiful. Once again, starting with your right leg, roll your right heel inward, reach and extend your right leg away from you, causing your left hip to rise up. And lift your right straight leg, your left elbow, your head, and your hand. Beautiful. And then carefully lowering down, leg, head, and arm. Allow your heel to roll open to the right and release the left side of your waist. Let your hips settle down to the floor at the end of the movement and rest. Wonderful. We're going to do that one more time, piece by piece, rolling your right heel inward. Reach and extend your right leg, left hip gently draws up, and lift your right straight leg, your left elbow, your head, and your hand. Feel that length you've created all on your right side as your left side holds you here, and then slowly, slowly come down. Let your heel roll open to the right at the end and let your body completely relax. Slowly taking your time, you're going to roll onto your back, lying with your knees bent or straight. And notice how the back of your body rests to the floor after those movements. Notice how much of the length of your back makes contact with the floor, and if there's any new sensation or awareness that you feel on the back of your body. Take a breath in and notice how it feels to breathe after that movement. We'll be doing a complementary crossbody pattern here on the front of your body. So bend your knees if they're not already bent, and you can bring your right hand behind your head. If your elbow does not touch down to the floor comfortably, you might put a little bit of support under your elbow, like a pillow or a folded towel, something so that your shoulder can be fully relaxed as you land and not stretching or pulling in your shoulder space. We're going to be doing this diagonal arch and curl with a little gentle spine twist today. So I'll be guiding you through that step by step. As you inhale and you gently arch your back, you're going to roll your head to the right as you tilt your left knee out to the left a little bit. So just tilting your knee out to the side as you roll your head to the right. And then slowly come out of the arch as you roll your head back to center, taking your time. Knee and head back in center as you're out of the arch. Once you're back in center, pick up your head and point your right elbow and your left knee towards each other. You might use your left hand to support your thigh as you lift. And then slowly lower down, leg, head, and arm, taking your time, floating down to the floor. And as you land, let everything go heavy and soft and relax. Beautiful. We're going to do that again, step by step. Inhale, as you arch your back, roll your head to the right and tilt your knee gently out to the left. Slowly come out of the arch, bring your head and knee back to center just about the same time. Once you're back in center, you're out of the arch. Pick up your head, come forward to a curl, bringing your right elbow and your left knee towards each other. Slowly lower down. Lowering your upper body, landing softly to the floor, and really let things settle for a moment. Land and relax. Now you're going to slowly slide your left leg away from you. Try that. Slide your left leg out long, keeping your right leg bent. Your left leg is going to slowly extend. And as your left leg comes out long, let your left leg relax. Let your toes roll open. We're going to do the arch and curl from this position. And for the curl part, all that's going to happen in your left leg is a little micro bend. So let's practice that first. Dragging your heel, slightly bend your left knee towards the ceiling. Just a little bend, dragging your heel. And then slowly slide your leg away from you. Come out of that little bend. And as your leg comes out long, let your leg relax, let your toes roll open, and let that go. Good. So that is going to be what you do as your body comes forward and your elbow points towards your knee. It's just that little micro bend of your left leg. We're going to now do our arch in this position with an asymmetrical pelvis. Please notice if this changes the comfort level for you, and you can adjust it, making it smaller or more gentle as needed. With your left leg extended, inhale, arch your back and roll your head to the right. Slowly come out of the arch, roll your head back to center, taking your time. Once you're back in center, micro bend your left knee towards the ceiling as you pick up your head, pointing your elbow towards your knee as you slide your heel against the floor. Slowly slide your leg out long as you lower your upper body down. As your leg comes out long, let your left leg relax completely. Let your toes roll open to the left. And let that go. Good. And we'll do that one more time. As you inhale, gently arch your back and roll your head to the right. Slowly come out of the arch, roll your head back to center. Once you're back in center, micro bend your left knee towards the ceiling, pick up your head, point your right elbow in the direction of your bending knee. Slide your leg slowly away from you as you lower down. As your leg comes out long, allow your toes to roll open with gravity. Let your inner thighs soften and relax. And now you can bring, if it's comfortable, you can bring your right arm down and your right leg out long, or you can bend your left knee, but just come to a more symmetrical position with your pelvis. And notice how things feel. Notice how your right shoulder rests to the floor and sense from your right shoulder through the middle of your body to the front of your left hip. And notice how your left hip rests to the floor and feel all down the length of your left leg. Get in touch with the quality of the space that we just worked with. And how does that compare to the other diagonal? Your left shoulder through the middle of your body to the front of your right hip and all down your right leg. What's different? What new sensation or awareness have you created? As you're ready, you're going to bend your knees and bring your left hand behind your head, maybe perhaps placing a pillow under your left elbow so that your shoulder can relax if you need so. Making sure that your shoulder's fully supported when you come down and is able to relax. Beautiful. Both knees are bent to start. And as you inhale, you'll gently arch your back, roll your head to the left, and tilt your right knee out to the right. Slowly come out of the arch, bringing your head and your knee back through center. Once you're back through center, pick up your head, point your left elbow in the direction of your right knee, picking up your right foot. Slowly lower your leg, your head, and your arm down, taking your time. Let your foot land to the floor. As your upper body lands, let your whole system just be supported by the earth, and let that go. Good. And we're going to do that once again. Inhale as you arch, roll your head to the left, tilt your right knee out to the right. Slowly coming out of the arch, bring your knee and your head back through center, taking your time. Feel this process of lengthening. Once you're back through center, pick up your head, lift your right foot, maybe supporting your leg with your hand as you lift. And then slowly lower your leg, your head, and your arm down. As you land to the floor, slowly begin to slide your right leg out long away from you, taking your time. As your right leg comes out long, allow your toes to roll open to the right and rest. Good, and let's practice that little micro bend on your right side here. Try that little micro bend of your right knee, sliding your heel on the floor. Feel what engages and how that feels in your right leg, and then slowly slide your leg away from you. As your leg comes out long, relax your hips, relax your leg, relax your foot. Beautiful. And now we'll do the arch and curl from this position. Inhale, a gentle arch of your back with one leg extended. Slowly come out of the arch, taking your time. Once you're out of the arch, pick up your head, left elbow towards your right knee, sliding your right heel against the floor. Slowly slide your leg away from you, lower your upper body down, taking your time. As you land, let your body sink down, let your toes roll open, and rest. Beautiful. We'll do that once more. As you inhale and arch, roll your head to the left. Slowly coming out of the arch, bring your head back through center. Back in center, micro bend your right knee as you pick up your head and point your left elbow towards your right knee. Slowly slide your leg out long, lower your body down, and completely relax. Bring your right arm down, your right leg down, or bend your left knee. Come to a more symmetrical position in your pelvis, however's most comfortable for you, and take a moment to sense in. And notice how your left shoulder connects to the floor. Feel through the middle of your body to your right hip and all down your right leg into your right foot. What has shifted since the last time you were here? What new sensation or awareness do you have? Take a breath in and notice how it feels to breathe. From here, you're going to roll over and lay on your left side with a pillow underneath your head. If you like to have a pillow between your knees or your legs, you're welcome to place a pillow there as well for maximum comfort. Knees bent and your feet below your knees, like you're sitting in a chair. And if that's ever not so comfortable for your hips or your back for any reason, you can always scoot it down to a bar stool. You can extend your legs a little longer than 90 degrees. And you're going to bring your right hand either over the top of your head, perhaps holding your opposite ear, or if that doesn't feel too cozy in your shoulder, you can bring your hand across the front of your chest to your opposite shoulder, right? And I recommend that if it at all starts feeling effortful to have your arm up during this practice, okay? You're going to start with this lateral flexion movement most of you may be familiar with. I'll describe it once, so just listen before you do it. You keep your knees together and gently lift your right foot away from your left foot as you lift your head and draw your shoulder towards your hip. So you can try that now as you're ready. Knees together, lift your foot as you lift your head and draw your right shoulder towards your right hip. Very slowly lower your foot as you lower your upper body down, taking your time. And as you land, let your body sink down on the support and relax as much as possible. Good. We're going to do that now on an exhale. And when you exhale, I'd like you to think again about using your rib cage as part of the exhaling process of gently hugging your ribs in. And then when you release on an inhale, you're breathing into your ribs. So we'll try that again now with your knees together. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, lift your foot as you lift your head and draw your shoulder towards your hip, feeling your rib cage gently hug in on the exhale breath. Inhale, slowly come down. Long, slow inhale, breathing into your rib cage as your body lowers down. And as you land to the floor, let everything sink. Relax for a moment and do nothing. And we'll try that again. Inhale. And as you exhale, knees together, lift your foot as you lift your head and draw your shoulder towards your hip. Your exhale is part of lifting and drawing your rib cage in. And then as you lower down on a slow, long inhale, you're breathing into your rib cage. As your body settles towards the floor, you can let everything sink down and relax. Wonderful. Bringing your arms out in line with your shoulders, palm to palm. Let your top arm be heavy. Let your right elbow bend. We're going to be doing a gentle spine twisting movement here. And as you turn, just notice when your legs want to follow and see if maybe you make the range of motion intentionally smaller. You can allow your hips and legs to stay relaxed throughout this movement. So we'll try this now. As you inhale, slowly drag your top arm along your bottom arm. Begin to roll your face and chest towards the ceiling, bending your elbow, letting your hand come towards your chest, and just stop before your legs move too much. And then exhale, sliding forward, gently gliding your arm along the path it came. Roll your face down, eventually towards the pillow or the floor. Reach your fingertips comfortably out beyond your fingertips. And continue slowly, inhaling to drag your arm and roll towards the ceiling, taking your time, bending your elbow, feeling this gentle rotation. Exhale to slide forward, using your exhale breath to roll down, letting your fingers eventually reach beyond your fingertips. And continue slowly, finding a rhythm and a pace that feels good to you. This movement always reminds me of the ocean. As you inhale, you're like the wave reaching up towards the sky, swelling, expanding. As you exhale, you're like the heavy water coming back onto land, letting your face roll down to the darkness, the undertow, the earth. Inhale to rise up. Exhale to roll down. Knowing that each wave, the small and the big, are just as important, just as valid. Whatever range of motion you want to move in here, is perfect. Perhaps making it small a few times, or if you've been staying small, perhaps making it a little bit bigger just to explore what's possible. Inhaling to roll up towards the ceiling, exhaling to roll down towards the floor. A few more rounds here, finding some ease and comfort. The next time that you roll onto your back, you're going to roll all the way onto your back, perhaps removing the pillow. You're welcome to bring your legs out long if you like, or keep them bent. And as you come to lying on your back, take a moment to sense all down the right side of your body, the right side of your neck, the way your right shoulder connects to the floor. Take a breath and breathe into the right side of your waist and feel how it expands. Feel your right hip and the length of your right leg, the bottom of your right foot. Savor this new awareness, this new presence, this new flow that you've created. And what has been revealed on your left side? How does the left side compare to this new space that you've made for yourself today? Maybe it feels pretty good. Maybe it feels noticeably tighter or shorter or somehow just less buoyant. Just take it in. Notice the difference. We've just changed your perceptual reality. So one side, you now have this new experience. And then the left side is reflecting whatever patterns you were unconsciously carrying into class today. When you're ready, roll onto your right side. Maybe a pillow between your knees, definitely one under your head to support your neck and shoulders. Again, finding that chair position or a bar stool, feet below your knees. And you can bring your left hand either to the top of your head or across your chest to your opposite shoulder. See what you prefer today. And we're going to do this movement on an exhale. We'll start that way on this side. So as you're ready, inhale, and on the exhale, lift your foot, knees together as you lift your head and draw your left shoulder towards your hip. Slowly lower down on an inhale, breathing into the left side of your waist as your foot lowers, as your head lowers, and as you land, let your whole body relax. Good. And we'll try that again, using the exhale to lift you and using your rib cage to gently draw in as part of the pendiculation today. Inhale, and as you exhale, lift your foot, lift your head, draw your shoulder towards your hip and feel your ribs hug gently in. Slowly inhaling as you lower down, lower your foot, lower your head. Take your time, a long, full inhale, and as you land, sink down to the earth and rest. Good. And we'll do that one more time. As you're ready, inhale. And on the exhale, knees together, lift your foot, lift your head, draw your shoulder towards your hip and hug your rib cage gently in. Slowly lower, taking your time, a long, full breath to breathe into your rib cage as you come down. And landing softly and heavy to the floor and let it go. Bring your arms out in line with your shoulders, palm to palm. And as you inhale, begin to drag your top arm along your bottom arm and roll up towards the ceiling, bending your elbow, bringing your hand to your chest. And notice if it's different on this side. Maybe there's a different range of motion that's possible or easeful. Stopping before your legs turn too much or start to activate, allow this to be a twist. Exhaling to slide forward, reach your fingertips out beyond your fingertips, roll your face down. Inhaling to roll up, finding a rhythm and a pace that suits you at this moment. As you inhale and turn up towards the ceiling, feel how your shoulder blade gently draws into your spine a little bit. And as you exhale and you slowly slide forward and reach out beyond your fingertips, your shoulder blade moves away from your spine a little bit. Knowing that you can make this as tiny and delicate as you need, or as big and opening as you need. And perhaps playing with the depth here, each movement unique to this present moment. Taking your time here to let your body get heavier and heavier. Let your arms weigh more. Let your head be held and roll comfortably. Getting in touch with your internal timing and what your body needs at this moment. The next time that you roll to your back, you're going to roll all the way onto your back, taking your time to get there. Maybe move the pillow from underneath your head. You can have your legs extended or bent, whichever is best for you. And as you lay down on your back, sense now into the left side of your body, the length of the left side of your neck, the way your left shoulder connects to the floor, and all down the length of your left side into your hip, your left leg, and the bottom of your left foot. What changes have you made since you were here before? What new awareness or sensation is available to you now on the left side? Take a breath in and notice how the left side of your body moves with your breath. We're going to do a spinal twisting movement pattern here to complete our cat stretch. And then I'll be taking you into a guided relaxation where we will plant that seed, the seed of being, the affirmation you created at the beginning of class. Please bend your knees if they're not already bent and bring them to the floor, a comfortable distance from your hips. And your arms can either be in a T or an A line, whatever you have space for. You're going to slowly roll your head to the right and turn your left hand palm down and your right hand palm up, just to wherever's comfortable, looking towards your open right hand palm. From here, you're going to slowly roll your head to the left, and as you do, you're going to turn your palms, rolling your head now to the left towards your left hand palm. Right hand palm turns down. Begin to explore rolling your head slowly from side to side as you turn your palms. And I want you to ask the question, where would my head go if it just was going exactly where it wanted to? If there was no requirement for me to turn all the way to one side, but just wherever along this rotation felt best. Maybe I would turn just to 2 o'clock or to 1:30 or to 11, right? If pointing right up to the ceiling is 12 o'clock, where does your head really want to turn as you roll your head towards your open hand palm, turning the palm away from you down? Continue slowly rolling your head side to side. As you turn your palms, there's a subtle movement in your shoulders. As your palm turns up, that shoulder kind of rolls back and opens to the ceiling. As your palm rolls down, that shoulder kind of curls forward a little bit and lifts slightly from the floor. Maybe start to emphasize that in your shoulders, rolling your head towards your open hand palm. That shoulder pushes back into the floor a little bit. As your palm rolls down, that shoulder scoops forward slightly towards the ceiling. How does it feel to bring a little more conscious shoulder movement into this turn of your head? And as you feel ready, you're going to bring your legs into this. You're going to tilt your knees away from where your face is pointing. So as your head goes right, your knees tilt to the left. And then slowly your head and knees come back through center just about the same time, and you go to the other side. Maybe keeping that emphasis on your shoulders, or maybe softening and just letting your arms move and not paying attention to the shoulders, but just letting things flow here. Passing through center with your head and knees just about the same time, and then turning, gently twisting, always looking towards your open hand palms, knees pointing away from your face. And again, find a timing and a rhythm here that feels good to you. If you'd like to bring a breath pattern into this, you inhale to roll up to the ceiling and you exhale to turn. If you'd like to bring a gentle rib hug into this breath pattern, you inhale to expand and open at center. And as you turn and you exhale to one side, gently hug your ribs in with that exhale. And then actively inhaling to roll back to center and open your rib cage. Exhaling to turn to one side and squeeze your ribs gently with the exhale. One or two more rounds here. And as you come through center, notice that balance you create, and then moving off balance. And off balance is its own kind of balance. Feeling the twist. As you complete the movement you're on, you can come back through center. You're welcome to extend your legs if you like and check in. If you can remember how you felt when you first laid down, where everything was and what it was doing, and how much spaciousness or awareness you had. How do your shoulders rest to the floor? How do your hips rest to the floor? Feel the length of your back between your shoulders and hips. Sense into the back of your neck and the arch of your cervical spine. What is the quality of this space? What sensations are you experiencing along your spine? Take a breath in and notice how it feels to breathe. How much effort is required in breathing now? And taking that picture out of your back pocket, compare that moment of being to this moment of being now. What has shifted? What has changed? What has opened in you? I will be guiding you in a final relaxation. I invite you to place maybe a pillow under your knees or under your head, anything that you think would make you more comfortable to lay here for the next few minutes. This guided relaxation is also known in yogic tradition as a pratyahara, withdrawal of the senses. But what that really means is that we're taking that awareness that is normally pointed outside of ourselves and we're directing it inward, and we're drawing that awareness deeply in. We've already been doing quite a bit of that throughout your somatic practice, but now we're going to deepen that. And at the end of this pratyahara, at your deepest point of relaxation, I will be inviting you to plant your seed, meaning the affirmation, the proclamation that you created. Bring that into your mind right now. And remember perhaps where in your body that word, that sentence needed to go. And then at the end of this pratyahara, I will guide you to plant your seed. In that moment, you will plant it in your body with an openness that something else may also show up, intuitively guided. I will be speaking now as your voice and inviting different parts of your body to relax. And as I mentioned, these different parts of your body, connect with them, invite them to relax. I am relaxing my toes. My toes are relaxing. I am relaxing my toes. I am relaxing my feet. My feet are relaxing. I am relaxing my feet. I am relaxing my ankles. My ankles are relaxing. I am relaxing my ankles. I am relaxing my lower legs. My lower legs are relaxing. I am relaxing my lower legs. I am relaxing my knees. My knees are relaxing. I am relaxing my knees. I am relaxing my thighs. My thighs are relaxing. I am relaxing my thighs. I am relaxing my hips. My hips are relaxing. I am relaxing my hips. I am relaxing my belly. My belly is relaxing. I am relaxing my belly. I am relaxing my back. My back is relaxing. I am relaxing my back. I am relaxing my shoulders. My shoulders are relaxing. I am relaxing my shoulders. I am relaxing my chest. My chest is relaxing. I am relaxing my chest. I am relaxing my arms. My arms are relaxing. I am relaxing my arms. I am relaxing my hands. My hands are relaxing. I am relaxing my hands. I am relaxing my fingers. My fingers are relaxing. I am relaxing my fingers. I am relaxing my neck. My neck is relaxing. I am relaxing my neck. I am relaxing my jaw. My jaw is relaxing. I am relaxing my jaw. I am relaxing my tongue. My tongue is relaxing. I am relaxing my tongue. I am relaxing my mouth. My mouth is relaxing. I am relaxing my mouth. I am relaxing my nose. My nose is relaxing. I am relaxing my nose. I am relaxing my eyes. My eyes are relaxing. I am relaxing my eyes. I am relaxing my head. My head is relaxing. I am relaxing my head. I am relaxing my whole body, from the top of my head to the tips of my toes, from my belly deep into my bones. Every part of my body is connected. Every part of my body is communicating, and every part of my body is relaxing. I am relaxing my whole body. Now is the time to plant your seed, finding those words. And as you inhale, you bring them into that space in your body where they belong. And as you exhale, they settle and they land. Inhaling to bring that phrase, your proclamation in. Exhaling to plant your seed. Do that a few more times as you wish, noticing if there's any new words or new places in your body that arise as you inhale, bringing it in. As you exhale, letting it plant and come down into your being. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale by your mouth if you like. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale. Maybe making some sound this time. One more when you're ready. Inhaling. Opening your mouth. Bending your knees now. Taking your time. You're going to roll to your side. Resting on your side for a moment. Maybe opening your eyes to bring in some color and shape. And using your hands, you're going to push yourself away from the floor and just rise to a seated position. Maybe cross-legged, maybe another seated position that you prefer. Notice how you feel upright. Notice how your hips rest to the floor. Notice the length of your spine here. And thank you so much for your time and attention in this practice today. It was my honor to guide you. And this concludes my class. Thank you so much, Susan.